What if getting healthier didn't have to start with a fitness plan? What if it started with something you already love, a place you want to visit, a hobby you keep thinking about, a day out with your family, a passion that makes you want to move, learn, plan, travel, and get outside? Because we often think health has to look like discipline, sacrifice, and doing things we don't enjoy. But what if part of the answer is learning how to use the life you actually want? This video is about 2 trips, RAF Cosford Air Show and Weymouth. One gave me aviation, family time and a proper day out. The other gave me the coast, memories and a chance to prepare for future summer trips. On the surface, they just look like fun, and they are. But that's exactly the point. The things I love doing are also helping me get healthier, move more, recover better, build confidence and create memories with my family. This doesn't look like a fitness plan. It looks like living. But when you learn how you work, your passions can become part of how you build the life you want. Cosford and Weymouth are 2 examples of that. 2 trips, 2 very normal days out, but both are investments in my health, my family and my future. Let's start with Cosford. This day was special because it brought together so many of the things I love. Aviation, engineering, travel, family, history, the sound, the atmosphere, the displays, the people, the excitement of seeing aircraft I followed for years actually appear in front of me. The Red Arrows, the Typhoon, the F-35s, the Rafale, and so much more. But this video is not really about aircraft. It's about what happens when you start following the things that bring you alive. On the surface, this looks like a normal day out. Driving the car, packing food, parenting the kids, walking around, finding a place to sit, keeping everyone fed, watered, entertained and safe. That is ordinary life. But put those actions in a different place, around something you care about, and suddenly they become something bigger. The drive becomes travel. The walking becomes exploration. The parenting becomes memory making. The planning becomes freedom. The day becomes an investment, not just in me, in my children, in my family, in the life we're building together. That is what I think many people miss. Health doesn't always look like a workout. Growth doesn't always look like a course. Healing does not always look like rest. Sometimes it looks like getting out of the house and doing something that reminds you who you are. For me, aviation does that. It gets me moving, it gets me learning, it gets me outside. It gets me planning, adapting, walking, carrying, watching, wondering, and sharing the day with my family. It trains me without making the day feel like training. That's what I mean by hunting, gathering, modern life. I'm not living in a cave. I'm not pretending modern life is bad. I'm using the modern world to meet old human needs. Movement, curiosity, connection, challenge, rest, memory, purpose. And the funny thing is, each trip makes the next one easier. Seeing the Red Arrows at Lincoln helped. The Typhoons at Coningsby helped. The F-35s at Lakenheath helped. Cosford brought so much of it together. Then the week after, Weymouth became easier because I'd already practiced getting out, travelling, adapting and making a day work. That's how a bigger life is built, not in one giant leap, one day out, one small plan, one problem solved, one memory made, one passion followed. For years, I had reasons not to do things like this. Time, money, energy, family pressure, working, not knowing where to start. But once I started chasing the things I cared about, I realized something. The life I wanted was not waiting for me to become perfect. It was waiting for me to begin. So my question is, what have you been putting off? What passion, trip, hobby, place or experience keeps calling you? And what's one small thing you could do today to move towards it? Because you don't need to build the whole life at once. You just need to start practicing it, one trip at a time. You get good at the life you practice. I hadn't traveled as much over winter, so I'm using these smaller trips to get summer ready again. Today, I'm testing a Tesla charger near Salisbury. It's the Amesbury charger. Heading down to Weymouth in Portland, I'm going to try another charging network, which is Pod Point, and visiting Salisbury on the way home. So this is the plan.
I just wanted to get out. It's a sightseeing trip, but it's also practice. It's planning, it's driving, it's charging, it's walking, it's adapting. Remembering how to make a full day like this works. Small plans become bigger lives. This trip started with a few minutes planning. It's really building what I did 10 years before and what I've been doing time after time, every time I go out. So there's a lot of repeatability, same as all of our lives. Checking the charger, checking the route, looking at the weather, see what was nearby. Then I turn that small plan into a real day. That's how a lot of my life works. I think yours will probably be the same. There's 5 minutes to research here, a small decision there. Then one day you realize you're traveling the country at the cost of a few coffees. Small plans do not stay small when you keep acting. I'm just doing a recce, just preparing for the summer, just seeing, well, where can I take the kids? So I'm doing what we all do, just making things work. And I find 5 minutes a day, this is obviously longer than 5 minutes, but little bits that help you get towards what you know is going to be, could make it a great day, great summer. That I find really, really helpful because we all do it in our own way. And I'm finding now, well, because I've got the challenges I've got, everyone's got their own, so we got all that. It's cheaper essentially to come here than go and sit in a coffee shop and just sit there. And I thought, well, yeah, if I come here, got Portland over there, got a plan to get there. I talked about the holiday I had about 10 years ago or something with when I had the eldest, who was young, the youngest I think was in mummy's belly, and we had a holiday here, and it was awesome. And that summer was absolutely incredible. And I just wanted to share with people how lovely it is. If you learn how you work, then you can make your life, you can live better as a result, because you can start to understand how to put it together in a way that it fits you. I feel fits you like a glove. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just carrying on what I've been doing for ages. And it was fun to see that I could finally come back here. I'm checking out the route because when you got family around, you just want to get on with it, don't you? So I just do little background stuff, just like everyone else does their things, getting the right clothes and things like that in. So that's where the little 5 minutes a day, like, how are you going to make that life work a little bit better for you? So now this is where I get to walk. And what I did last time is I did the family bit during the day, normally earlier, when we went and played and explored Weymouth. That was lovely. But later on, I got my time and I had a whole other holiday that was more my style because we're all different. I'm a walker. I love getting out. I don't want to give you reason to get out and realize that's actually important, because we're hunters and gatherers. Without going too deep into it, our bodies we need to hunt and gather. Oh, I've got got some rocks down there. You can see that? You see stuff everywhere you go, every time we go out. I was out yesterday in Milton Keynes. Beautiful. Reminded me why I love the place. It's just stunning. And here, same thing. And I saw parts of Weymouth other people didn't see. I kind of talked about that on my side because by doing those little things 5 minutes a day, learning how I start to find I can achieve more. And you start to appreciate your ancestors are incredible. What they achieved was absolutely phenomenal. Because you walk around places like this and you'll find entire monuments of something out there. And they were there, and then you'll find, when I was in Cornwall, I found there were entire mines out there. I was seeing a mine shaft. I wanted to explore it. It was a bit windy, a bit dark and a bit wet. So I didn't, but there's loads of stuff. And last week we were in Cosford with the Cosford Air Show. Getting out is always this amazing thing. And it's good for you. So I find that, well, it's going to encourage you. Get you thinking, what can I do? If I just spent five minutes every day, just what's going to make your life that bit nicer for you? There are things you need to do, and there are things that you want to do. And this is where I'm combining those two things, because I'm combining what I know I need to do and figure out how to get this summer and stuff, but then also what I want to do. Because I need to walk, I need to get out, I need to move. We're hunters and gatherers, so it's important to do those things. Real life is part of the challenge. I have the same challenges most people have: time, money, work, family, energy. I've learned not to wait for perfect conditions, because all the people who live the lives they want to live get out and deliver. What I do is I asked, how can I make this work with what I have? combining several places into one route and learning what will make the next trip easier is what I do. The challenge isn't separate from the journey. Solving it is part of the journey.
A journey can give you more than transport. Travel's not only about getting from one place to another. Today I'm revisiting memories from an old Weymouth holiday, seeing what's changed, looking around the harbour, walking, exploring, noticing what's here now. That gives me movement, curiosity and memory, recovery and a sense of connection to my own life. The journey's not just the miles, it's what those miles allow you to experience. That's my view today. A place like this, you see how beautiful it is. We used to living in constrained lives, so got over there. I love looking at Portland over there. It's just nature's beauty. It's just stunning, isn't it? And it's free and it's right there. So I kind of have this whole gallery of memories. And I'm just reminding you, just get out, just enjoy. Do you like playing tennis, football, whatever it is? Do you like art? Do you want to go and take some photos, play with the kids, go and mess about with your friends, just have a picnic? It doesn't matter, but you need it. You need to take that time for yourself. All the happier people in life, what you find is that they actually went and did these things. You think, how on earth do you get the energy? And well, I found out you find it. Your body adapts to it.
This is the kind of thing I'm building eating habits around. Not telling everyone to live like me, helping people understand what ordinary activities give them, what gets in the way, and how to build more of what helps into real life. I'll explain more at the end. For now, I want to show you why practicing matters so much. I often think if I knew then what I know now, I might already have traveled more. Maybe I'd already be a pilot, a better footballer, a better cook, better at all sorts of things I dreamed of. That thought doesn't have to become a regret. It can become direction. Because I'm still slowly ticking off these dreams. One school, one trip, one challenge at a time. You may not be able to start in the past, but you can start building. So glad I can. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I keep seeing this. I want to get down there. But, 5 minutes is how the dream begins. Big dreams often begin with very small investments. 5 minutes researching, 5 minutes planning, 5 minutes learning, one short practice trip, one question answered. That's how today happened. And today makes the journey easier. The point of 5 minutes is not that 5 minutes completes the dream. It gives the dream somewhere to begin. 5 minutes a day, one dream at a time, one challenge at a time. Sightseeing is training for life. This looks like sightseeing, and it is, but it's also movement, learning, navigation, recovery, problem solving, and practice. I'm learning how to use my time and money to travel more, see more, and live better. That's why ordinary activities matter so much. They're not just things we do around health. They're often where health, confidence, and life are built. You get good at the life you practice. If these trips have made you think about something you'd love to do more of, maybe that's where your healing journey starts. Healing doesn't always begin with a perfect routine or someone else's fitness plan. Sometimes it begins with your life. What do you want to do? What's getting in the way? What gives you something back? What drains you? And what would make the next step feel a little easier? Your thing might not be aviation or Weymouth. It might be walking, gardening, football, cooking, art, playing with your kids, seeing friends, or simply feeling more capable in normal life. So if you want to start learning how to heal through the life you already have, comment here below or follow the link in the description and tell me what passion you'd like to start with. Then we can start building a plan towards that. Because when you learn how you work, you can build what fits. And when life fits better, healing has somewhere to begin.